with my cousin Bubba that's like 60-something. He asked us to come hunt, and we showed up. And I can honestly say it's the weirdest thing I've ever experienced in my life. We just drove the Jeep right up to this redneck blind, and we're literally just sitting here in like normal clothes. And apparently there's hogs and a lot of big deer that they've been killing a lot. So I don't know. Everywhere we go, he pulls over to talk to somebody, and they all know him. So, man, it's been quite the experience. We're hoping that we can. We didn't bring our camera, but we have the phone. So, when Jackie's gonna video, or if he shoots a hog, I'll video him, and we'll see. This is just it's crazy. I don't know if I'll ever experience something like this again.
Probably not.
We're in the middle of absolutely nowhere. We just drove down a gravel road for a good hour.
Yeah.
About an hour down the gravel road. And I know you might be thinking we're being awfully loud, but we're in a redneck blind, okay? They can't hear us. We got our snacks, we got water. For some reason, he left us some pecans and an entire box of 7mm ammo, and we got a pellet gun over in the corner. So yeah, things are looking good.
Absolutely studded.
We'll see how it goes. Hopefully they start running here in a bit, but they got a 200-something inch deer, like it literally beds up like 50 yards behind us, and they said that he hadn't come out in this field, so maybe we'll be the lucky guys to get him. Who knows? Anyways, we'll keep y'all updated. We'll see how it goes. There's 2 more down there. Okay, it's Christmas Eve morning, and a dang Christmas miracle just happened. It's freezing cold. It's like 19 degrees with a north wind straight in my face, wind chill of like 16. I came out here, we've got this one giant 8-point, we call him Beanstalk. He's got really big G2s, but just crab claws on the end. He's a real old deer. And I told my friend last night, I was like, there's no freaking way I see this deer. I will never see him in person. I hit my grunt call this morning. I'm sorry, I'm shaking so bad I can't hold my phone straight. I hit my grunt call this morning, and I heard something behind me going, "Rrr, rrr," and I turned around, and he is beelining nose down straight towards me. I grabbed my bow. I brought my bow this morning. That's how cocky I was. He comes in at 20 yards, and I drew back, and he smelled me. He knew I was there. He looked up and looked at me. And so I knew I had to put a straight on shot. He was kind of quartered to me, so I put it straight through his shoulder blade. So the blood trail is probably going to be pretty thin, but I think it'll be enough to find him, I hope. If not, we know a guy with a tracking dog we can get down here. Hopefully we find this deer, but I think I just shot one of the biggest deer that we have on camera right now. And so I'm going to give it about 20 minutes. I'm going to get down there, and I'm going to go look for blood and see if I can find him. Sorry I couldn't get the shot. I didn't bring my camera. I didn't expect for this to happen, but my friend Jackson's over in Como hunting a deer that he's had on camera, so hopefully he gets lucky too. Thank you, Lord. God is good, and I just want everyone to remember that because he's blessed me so much this season. It's been an amazing year, and if I can find this deer, it'll be that much better. Thank you. Well, the blood trail was very thin at first, and you'll see why when you see my shot. But it eventually opened up, and I was able to find him pretty easy. He's dead. He only ran about, 80 yards, which I've missed a few bucks with my bow. So I'm very glad that I hit this one because I had my gun with me too, and I would have been really mad had he walked in and I shot him with my bow and missed when I could have shot with my gun. And for a second, I was scared that I didn't hit him good. But now that I see where I hit exactly where I was aiming, which I should at 20 yards. But I definitely had to thread the needle on this one. But it worked. He didn't last very long. And you might see this and say, well, that's just an old 8-point. Well, we've seen this 8-point for the past 2 years on camera. I think this is him. I'm pretty sure. If it's not, then I'm crazy. But he's known for his big G2s, which you'll see in a second. And he's just got 2 crab claws. So it's really like a 6 with crab claws, but he's an old deer. And we've seen him for a few years now. And I mean, everyone that hunts down here has been trying to kill this deer. And I was literally talking last night about how I wasn't going to get a chance and how nobody was ever going to kill him. And I got in the stand this morning and I said, you know what? I'm going to pray. And this isn't me just forcing a God moment on anybody, but it was definitely a God moment. I bowed my head. I said a prayer at 7. Then as soon as I finished praying, I hit my grunt call. Just to see, I did a doe bleat and then a few young buck sounds. And I mean, not 15 minutes later, I hear murr, murr, and I turn around and he is beelining straight towards me. And I knew he was coming from downwind. The wind was blowing straight at him. So I went ahead and drew back, and he saw me draw, and he smelled me. So I knew he was about to run. I didn't have a chance to let him get broadside. So I had to make do with what I had. But I'll show you all this deer. I know, I'm sorry I couldn't get the shot on camera. I didn't expect to have a hunt like this morning, but the Lord is good. And to make it even better, his birthday's tomorrow, so I get a present for God's birthday. It's a very Merry Christmas, very good present, but probably my favorite present I'll get this Christmas. But all right, I'll show you all this deer. There he is. That's the boy right there. You can see his G2s are gonna be every bit of probably 14 inches. He's just a beautiful buck. And my shot went straight in right here. You can see those broadheads, those Muzzy Tokars I use, absolutely tear through them. But put it straight through right there. That's the only shot I had. And I mean, he didn't run, but maybe, I don't know, 80 yards, but you know the drill. Shoot a buck, gotta get the blood on you. If you don't, it's bad luck. And this is him. His name's Beanstalk. I think we decided to call him Beanstalk just because of how big his G2s were, but he wasn't going to turn out to be much other than this. He's been like this for a few years. He's gotten a little bit bigger, but man, that right side G2 is just massive. So, yeah, I'm beyond happy right now. I don't know. I couldn't imagine. This is just unreal. I've hunted so hard the past couple of weeks for ducks and deer. Seen hardly anything. I've been screwed over in duck hunts. Ducks flying over us, not wanting to even look at our decoys. And to have this deer walk in at 20 yards and me get a shot with my bow, dadgum dream come true. I'll tell you that much. And I've been hunting down in the Delta some with my cousin. That's where we've been. I'm sure we'll probably add some of that in on this video, but yeah, we didn't have much going on there other than little bucks and does, and we didn't even really get to film that much down there, to be honest with you. But I'll tell you what, hard work pays off, and now I just hope my dad gets one. He said he's getting down to come help, but it's been 10 years since he shot a deer, and they're moving this morning apparently, so I really want him to stay in the stand, and I'll try to either leave this laying or fool with it myself. Let him get his hunts in, because he deserves one more than I do. I don't know what I did right or who I need to thank, but other than my dad and God, my dad does all the work down here, and I mean, he just puts a lot of time and money into the place to give me everything, and I'm beyond thankful for every bit of it. I couldn't imagine having a life without everything I have, and the only reason I have what I have is from my dad, and he's worked his butt off for it, and he deserves he deserves a deer much bigger than this one, and I hope he does get it. But you know, hopefully he'll get one today, or my friend Jackson will get one down in Como. Or maybe I can go film for him, and maybe he's got this 8-point down there that he's been hunting hard all year, and it's been coming out in daylight more often, so maybe he'll get that one today too. Maybe it'll be a good Christmas. But unless something happens with Jackson's deer, I'll catch y'all on the next one. Thanks for watching. I know this video was kind of rough because, I mean, I didn't get the shot, and I know that's what a lot of people like to see, but this was more of a sentimental, just sharing my story about my God moment and just saying thank you to God and my dad. And I know that's kind of boring to some people, but I just feel like it's important to share. So thank y'all for watching if you stayed this long. I'll see y'all on the next one.